Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to our ship currently about to go through the red portal. In today's video, really, we're just going to try and get more resources so that we can continue to build up our ship so that eventually it will look like a true ship. Now, after I recorded the last video, I was editing the video, just messing around in game, there was more ale, there was a bit of whiskey, and the front of the craft now looks a little bit different how it did at the end. You may notice some very subtle changes, like more of everything, and thrusters, and hydrofoils, and tiny little propellers everywhere for some reason, which I can't even remember adding. So, yeah, this thing now has a lot of drag, as you can imagine, because it's got a block for a front, but, you know, at least it's gonna really hurt everything it touches. And I've decided to heed the will of Drunkthrix, and we're just gonna keep the front like it is. And we are almost out of resources, so we really, really need to get going and hopefully kill some much, much larger vehicles. Now, I haven't had a chance to look at the comments yet in regards to the third-person camera, so what I'm going to do is have this video as a third-person example. So during this video, I'll be using it as much as I can, just as standard, and then people can tell me if they like it or not in the comments below. So, let's get going through the red portal, which will increase our difficulty. I mean, we still go almost at 30 meters per second. Yeah, this is gonna be horrendous. Controlling this thing will be awful, but you know what? We're gonna kill something really large with this at some point, and it's gonna be fantastic. Now, realistically, this isn't even efficient in terms of damaging enemies. Really, having just a smaller, more damaging section would be better, but no. We're gonna just sweep away absolutely everything in front of us. And good, they're storm clouds. Because that's a good omen. Also, way too many jets at the moment. Yeah, we're eating away at our power quite drastically. There are also more RTGs now inside the craft. It's amazing this thing is completely running off RTGs, to be perfectly honest. Oh, and the weather completely goes normal. Well, that's lovely for us. Hopefully we'll find an enemy then whilst it's all nice and calm. Is there anything I can really work on whilst we're moving? Not really. I need this much resource for repairs now. So I'm just going to keep it as it is. Make sure all of our weapons are currently working correctly. This will use up some ammo, but hey-ho. So we have the harpoons. We have the side cannons, which are really slow at moving. By cannons, I mean just these AA guns. Then we have the weapons on the side. Now, it turns out, in the last video, somehow, I managed to completely mess this up, and one of these was underneath the metal. So every time I was firing, I was exploding my innards a little bit. I only noticed when my resources went down. There we are. So there's 5 of them in a quick succession, which should do enough damage to take out medium and definitely all light enemies. And that's it. So that's our weaponry at the moment. Now we just need to find someone to test them against properly. In this more difficult, yet very empty realm. Well, I see a resource zone. I'm also heading there. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting the series so far. Seeing all the likes and the comments really is fantastic. It helps out the channel so much and really does indicate that you want this to continue. So, likes help in more ways than one. So, thank you so much for that. Hopefully that resource zone will be worth a little bit more than usual, since the last two have only been worth like a couple of hundred. I think I still have some harvesters in the core of this thing. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Apparently there is an enemy, but so far away we can't see it. Yep, not going to use third-person camera to scout that out. That feels a little bit off. It's there somewhere. In the mist. Oh no, waves. No, it was such a lovely calm day and now it's snowy and wavy and there's an enemy somewhere. We could send out a scouting missile. Don't even want to waste the ammo though. No, it's so far away we're not even going to bother. We're just going to wait at the resource zone. There's a chance it'll arrive at us anyway. Really, really annoying craft right now. I can't take this thing down. My missiles are getting distracted by the flares. It's far too fast for me to try and ram it right now. This seems to be our biggest weakness. Enemies like this. Trying to stagger the missiles a little bit here. Oops, as I fall in. Oh, there we go. One of our EMP has hit it. Seems like its main weapon is now offline, which is its missiles. So it should no longer have the flares, but it is still way too fast. Wasting way too much ammo on this. I'll take that as a you're pretty much down and out. Let's go for the other enemy. Well, actually, we can now ram you, now I think about it. Now, if you will excuse me. I'm going to get my resources back, thank you very much. Just run it over. I think briefly it was just AI dead, but we did too much damage, now it's 2 damage. Can we still capture it? Did that work? No, I don't think it did. Still, got our resources back and some more, so that was fairly lovely. Trying to get back on top of this thing is a nightmare now. It was so easy when this thing was a small craft. What's that? It looks like a Marauder, but I don't think it is. Well, let's find out by hitting it. The true way of science. Gonna stay in first person right now, though, so we can dodge the cram a bit easier. No, I think it is actually a Marauder. Well then. Let's see if we're in range. Sending the scouting missiles. Yep, it is just a Marauder. I suppose even in the more difficult areas, it's more about the scaling. That'll be enough. We're already using up all of that engine power to do that. Though we could just fire EMP and knock out that cram cannon. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Its local weapon controller is now offline. And as such, I'm going to pause this for a second, because I would really love to see this in action. In the dark. Lovely. Now we might as well capture it, because it has landed right next to us kind of perfectly. Hello there. I know exactly where your AI is. Just a matter of breaking through. Oh, and also our Heartstone is charging, so close enough. Oh, did we already capture the Okay, we already captured it. Apparently the Marauder has a Heartstone. How did we knock out its eye? Oh, the EMP blast, of course. Kind of forgetting what EMP does there for a sec. Oh, we are under attack from something else already. So let's hurry up and scrap the Marauder. There we go. I wish I had some repair bots on this thing. I can't really heal it fast enough. We can't heal out of combat or anything because that's not really enabled, so there's no other way to heal. Normally I don't like using repair bots too much, but still. Is that another Marauder? What's with the Marauders today? So what I really need are short-range EMP missiles, or just short-range any kind of weapon. Just to deal with enemies like that tiny lightning hood enemy earlier. It wouldn't be difficult, just need them to be way more agile than our current missiles. Although these are our harpoons, they do have 1 EMP on each of them, which might be enough to take out that local weapon controller. It's also fun seeing so many harpoons go after a target. Oof, yeah, that did the trick. Weapon is offline. EMP harpoons, because you know, sometimes you just want to mix everything together. We're not very fast right now, though. Man, the winches take so much engine power, it's kind of ridiculous. Of course, we are also pulling it towards us. It is moving towards us, but yeah, look how slow we are now. Oh, our Heartstone charge is currently down. That's probably because of our engine. Well, that's annoying. We won't die from it since it'll be repaired fast enough and everything else, but still. There we are. Okay, this time its AI is definitely online. We are still attached via winches. Nope, it's too damaged. No, we're not going to capture it in time, are we? No. Oh, no. Did we? We did. Good. What did we? It's hard to tell. Oh, please stop. We're going through the entirety of the front of my craft. Well, that was interesting. Wait, did we capture it? Surely not. It's still with the wrong flag. No, it is ours. Oh, of course. Because we haven't put our mainframe on, the flag won't change. That's what confused me there. There we are, back up to 72k resources already. I might just go straight through another red portal. Yeah, this is still a bit too safe. Now, it's essentially upping the scaling, so things will get more and more difficult over time per red portal. But I really want to fight something big. Then maybe I should work on those smaller weapons first, eh? Okay, go through the portal, work on small missiles. Which I'll just put back here. Then we can continue. It is kind of nice having no local weapon controllers and no mainframes, because EMP does far, far less to us. It'll still take out things annoyingly, but just less of them. Well, say goodbye to almost all of our resources. Turns out we definitely need more RTGs. We are not able to keep up with our current power demands. We are going to have to stop using RTGs soon. I almost knew this was going to happen soon, I just thought it'd take a bit longer, but the problem with RTGs is just the amount of space they take up for such a little output. It is starting to become a problem, and most of our cost is currently just RTGs, because this is quite an expensive craft, and you wouldn't think it, based on its weaponry, its propulsion, and everything else. And it's all because it's all taken up by those RTGs. I might actually slow down slightly just so the RTGs can fill our batteries a bit more. There we go. Yeah, so next overhaul will be completely removing the RTGs. What we're probably going to add is a steam engine instead, because I like steam engines, and that way we still don't have to work with fuel, because I really don't want a refinery on this thing. I just think it's going to be a serious nuisance more than anything else. So a good steam engine, probably just transferring straight into energy rather than straight into engine power, so that way we can keep the batteries, and we can set it so it's efficient-ish. Now, will mean we're burning materials, but we're going to get so many materials back from the RTGs, I think it's going to be really, really worth it. Or really, really worth it, as I almost said then. You know, moving around would be so much easier if we just went with the flyer option. And we still could. That's the funny thing. Just remove this front section, round off the front, and then add some basic propulsion, and we can make this an aircraft so easily. But then we'd definitely need to move away from RTGs. We'd need a lot more power, really. Well, we wouldn't need that much more, but I would want more power. There's a tiny little aircraft behind us. That had a nuke. Okay. I can just about see the flag of something, so now we're going southwest-west. Yep. Send a scout missile, I suppose. Nope, too far away, they can't see it yet. It is very far away, I can just about see the flag. Don't think that it's Deepwater Guard. We could go after it, but I am really loathing this ocean at the moment. Starting to think that maybe south always has bad weather, because it seems to be like that. I know that certain directions increase the likelihood of certain portals, I think, but I can't remember, and I can't find the details anywhere. So if anyone knows about which direction causes what to happen, then please tell me in the comments below. It would be very much appreciated. Okay, this is going to look really silly, but I just want to add a vehicle controller right here. There we go. So now we can stand on the ramming section and see what's going on. There's apparently an enemy over there. Is that it, or is that just part of the portal? I think it's the enemy, but it's tiny. Should I just go through another portal? Oh, isn't that one of the minions? It's a sea viper, isn't it? I think that's a sea viper. Well, we're going to go and say hello to it. Okay, a bit of a change of plan. We're going to test out the point-blank missiles. Because this is a great target to test them on. They can't really hurt us. And it's tiny. Missiles in the air. They have a slight delay, so I can aim. And then, yep, they hit. I'm surprised that that didn't kill it. Overkill? Yeah. Okay, that works just fine. We could actually add more of a delay so they can completely aim. Actually, what I need to do is set it so that their targeting has absolutely no delay, so I'll start aiming as soon as they're fired up. You know, I might just stay put now and wait for an enemy to approach me. So, I might just go and get myself a drink while I wait. Okay, I've been here for like 10 minutes, I'm getting really bored, we're going through another red portal. Let's keep on increasing the scaling. I'm going to end up regretting this, almost certainly, but maybe it'll have some really fun moments. In the end, isn't that what life's all about? Good, I can't see forward because of my vehicle controller. That helps. Can we just place you there instead? There we go. Ah, seagull. Yes, seagull. That didn't scare me. I'm brave. So I've put the fire control here as well. So I'll be sitting here when I like to live dangerously. It does make the ocean far scarier when it's all wavy like this. Got to be said. But also quite immersive. Which I quite like. Would not want to be this close to these jets though. There's an enemy over there. The weather is terrible. I can't even see what the enemy is, but we're going towards it regardless. Oh, that can't be another Marauder, can it? No, I don't think it is. Is it? Really hoping that it's not. I mean, I love Marauders, but that's all I'm seeing at the moment. No to stockade. Okay, so that's a Onyx Watchcraft, I believe. Interesting. And potentially delicious. Oh, there we go. That actually worked. I did. It's now ours. So, those small missiles are very useful, it seems. Also, look how big the stockade actually is compared with us. That's 70,000 materials. But yeah, it's about the same size as us, because it is a little bit wider. Is it wider? It's a little bit smaller than us then, really, I think. Let's hope future fights will be less embarrassing. And I'm definitely not going after targets in the ocean when it's like this again. Thank you for your resources. But yeah, those small missiles, lovely. Okay, so it says that eastern gates jump you to worlds with warp storms, poor weather, but more exciting gates. We did go east quite a bit earlier, so perhaps we should try and find a westernly red portal and go through that. Because I am sick of this weather. Well, I went through one more red portal. The oceans are still horrendous. So, what I've decided is we're going to add a cluster missile to the back. I'm now reading some of the comments, and that is definitely a very common one, and cluster missiles are always fun. So, I'm thinking is a really huge, single, large missile, completely filled with small missiles, which are all EMP. So, it's a long distance, and it just EMPs all over the craft. Now, of course, EMP does do better generally when it's just one stronger hit, because it can then travel throughout the craft and overwhelm surge protectors and such, but I think loads of little hits, as we've seen earlier, is quite effective too, and I should have enough space here to make this work. This will also be the last of our missile-based weapons. I will be adding crammed cannons or advanced cannons, something else, when I change the engine from RTG over to Steam. That's when I will start adding the larger weapons, which will be a bit more expensive. Though I do like capturing the enemy still, so I do like the current playstyle. It's a lot easier with manual control. When we use proper weapons, I will have to start using a mainframe and everything else. Well, there it is. That's the cluster missile. Sadly, it won't release at the moment because it needs to be within a certain distance of an enemy. But that should be very long range. And then when it's within 300 or 200 meters of an enemy, it will release all of the small missiles inside. Okay. Now, annoyingly, it's not symmetrical, because I forgot that the large missile... Where are you? The large missile launcher is a 2x2. So having multiple of these will make it symmetrical, but I only want one of them for now. If it works really well, we can always add an extra one later. I've already armored up underneath quite a bit. So just needs to armor up this top section now as well. Try and make it look symmetrical, but kind of forcing it a bit. It's kind of like the original chimney we had. Just do that for now. Of course, we could actually add the launching section on top. That would be nice. Where is it? Large missile. There is the hatch. 4x4 or 2x2. That would make it, once again, not symmetrical, though. But it would be nice. Just leave as it is. It looks like it's more symmetrical than it is, just leaving it. So we'll just do that. Now I'm going to continue, because once again, I hate this weather. We found an enemy called the Flayed Soul, which is fighting something else. Seems like both of them are ramming each other. This is the first test with the cluster. Whoa! Okay. That looked pretty awesome. Mostly hit the smaller target though. Oh no, the weather's going bad again. It was okay for like 2 seconds. Is it because we're so far north? Because we were going north for a while there. You know what? I want to see what happens when I do this. All of the missile types. Oh no, I know what the Flayed Soul is. That is from the White Flyers, as you can well imagine, but it's actually a really good ramming vehicle. Crud, if that doesn't go directly into our spin blocks, that could actually be a massive problem. I can't reverse because the hydrofoils aren't set up properly yet. I didn't think about that. Oh, I bet it has heavy armor. Yeah, that EMP is doing nothing. If it has heavy armor, the EMP is damaging the heavy armor, but not doing anything to its internals. Oh, it's gonna go underneath us. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Well. Okay, we're doing damage to it. In fact, we're doing a lot of damage. Okay, let's see. Are we gonna beat the Flayed Soul? Yeah, we are just carving through. Take that. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. And we have grabbed it. How much is the Flayed Soul worth? Lots. It's worth lots. Not the best example of the cluster missiles, but there we go. Now at 171,000 resources. Oop, and I am drowning. Okay, I'm gonna go, like... I don't know where I'm going now. The weather's just so awful. But that was a really nice attack there. Definitely one of the stronger enemies. Now that's more what I wanted to see. And also gave us absolutely loads. I might take a blue portal next. Because, yeah, we could do loads to this craft now if we want to. That's probably the last red portal we're going to go through for a while now. If enemies are like that, the Flayed Soul, then I definitely don't want things stronger than that. We got very lucky there. It seems like he's already fighting the other enemy, which we helped to destroy, and it didn't use its particle cannon on us. It very well could have. I don't know which direction I'm meant to be going now. I'm clearly lost. I mean, it's an endless expanse of sea, but still. If this is acting like the normal map, and that's a big assumption there, then north, of course, will be the Onyx Watch territories and everything else, which has a lot of snow. So, going southeast, we'll head back to the White Flyers territory in the Grey Talons, which should avoid this. But I don't know if it does correspond to the normal map. That's the problem. Just fired a missile at something in the distance, and then, by the looks of things, there's a small craft chasing us down. Oh, that's one of the ones with the nukes again. Hopefully one of the shots will hit it. Fantastic. Good job I looked backwards then. Also looks like our main missile wasn't quite in range. I didn't see any EMP damage be stacked up. This is really far away. I think it said it was the monsoon, which I think is Grey Talons, but I honestly can't remember. I've also decided what I'm going to try and do is get back to the original point from where we started. Because right now we are very slightly north and drastically west. So I'm going to go east and slightly south. Well, after I've killed this thing anyway. Right now I'm just heading towards it. Cluster missile sent in. EMP pretty much everywhere with minimal to no effect. That's worrying. I'm assuming it's got some serious EMP protection. If it has, we might swap over to some more standard weapons. Here come the medium missiles. Oh yeah, look how many surge protectors just fell out of that. That's got heavy armor and surge protectors. That's gonna take a beating before it goes down. What's the best way to defeat surge protectors? Is it a swarm or is it just a single? Guess we could do both. A swarm missile has been sent, along with the actual swarm itself. And then our regular missiles in addition. We could try and use harpoons, of course, but I don't really want this thing to be grabbed. I feel like it's going to be really difficult to bring down. Though maybe that would be the best option at this point. It's just not going to go down. Okay, I'm going to try and turn towards it. Although it is circling us annoyingly, so actually I should go the opposite way. And then I'll send in the harpoons. It is hopefully off balance enough now that it won't cause any issues. Where is it? There it is. Hello. What? Oh, it just vanished on that screen. How is that not going down? Sending in a lot of missiles now to try and finally get this thing to fall from the sky. There we go. And that swarm was a little bit late there, but yep, it's hitting mostly. It's still struggling though. It is not going down easily. It's only going down because of the harpoons are finally grabbing it. Now, I would love to capture this before that heavy armor would take too long, so we're just going to devour it instead. There we go. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. Again, we're climbing on the enemy. We do need to do something about that. My god, yes, just heavy armor, and surge protectors. That's definitely Grey Talons, isn't it? Okay, let's have a quick look. See, can we see its AI? It is very much damaged right now. Oops, as I fall. Well, fell in the right direction, but still. As I bounce up. Okay, then. Oh, apparently we did capture it when we were soaring away at it. Okay, that is actually fantastic. Good job I checked. I should always check faster. See, the problem is, it doesn't turn green on the map because it doesn't have an AI, because that's how you capture it. And because of that, I don't always pick up on the fact I've captured the thing. Didn't give me as many resources as I wanted. Wait, just not collecting it? It should be there, look. That X there should be... Yeah, the friendly salvage. So why are we not... Oh, we are full of resource. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no, that didn't happen earlier, did it? Potentially it did. It is looking like a number I had earlier. If we did, then not too much. What we need to do is put down some of the larger ones so I think are more efficient. So, if I can fit this somewhere. There we go, there's one mostly empty room. So now we have a material storage, and now we have 222,000 materials. Yeah, I think next episode is going to be us just really drastically changing the craft again. That was a weird fight. Fantastic ending, though. But I think that really shows that EMP is not overpowered because it can be countered so effectively. If that enemy was doing more damage to us, we would have lost that. I would have had to swap our weapons out and just change them to explosive or something. Well, with that, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. It has been a load of fun, although I feel like not all that much has really happened, and that is one of the problems with the adventure mode. Sometimes you will just run into an era of nothing really occurring. So in our next video, our goal is to find a blue portal, and to just head back home to the original spawn point location, and then we can make a near final form of this craft. Because once we're in the blue zone, there are simply no enemies. We can take our time with it, no more rushing around. So with that, we continue towards the east, after a long turn, and the first thing I'm going to improve with this is its turning capability, because this is still horrendous. Still though, I absolutely love this vehicle. It's an absolute mess, but I do kind of adore it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you again for all the support on this series, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Of course I stammer at the end there.